you for tuning in to another student success interview. Today we have Alexandra, a student from Diablo Valley College majoring in sociology. So thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me here. I'm
Of course.
excited to, get to share my story with you guys.
Yeah, so let's jump right into the first question. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Alexandra Vidals. I am a sociology major currently. This is my last year here my last semester here at DVC. So I'm currently in the middle of the transfer process. I'm still kind of debating where I want to transfer to. It's between UCLA and UC Riverside. So, I have a decision ahead of me.
Good choices, good choices. That must be very exciting for you. So how did you
exciting
end
and
up?
very stressful.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I agree. So how did you end up choosing DVC?
I think there were a lot of kind of factors that played into it. I think one of I'll give a couple. One of them is because I went to school in Concord. They not only like, I don't want to say like advertise, but like UCs or CSUs, but they also like, oh, if you're not sure, like, oh, there's also like DVC. So they kind of, I guess depending on where you live, they kind of push those community colleges onto you as well. So I heard about DVC a lot. And I was like, oh, I'm not really sure like what I want to do, especially because, this is the first time that anyone in my family goes to college. So I'm just like, I don't know what steps I'm supposed to be taking, what I should be doing, like majoring in. So I'm like, maybe I should just go to DVC, figure out what I want to do for sure. Take some time, save up money, of course, because going to college, going to a 4 year is very expensive. So saving up money, looking for resources. Maybe someone can help me kind of navigate what path I should be going on. So DVC was just like, it was right there, and I was like, you know what? Let me go while I figure out what I want to do.
So could you tell me more about your experience at DVC and how it sort of helped you discover the major that you wanted to go into?
Yeah. So I was lucky enough to be a part of a learning community, and I think I'm part of Puente. So I think that actually played like a major role in like where I am today. They have like mentoring programs. So I have a mentor right now. She's very helpful. She's always like sending me scholarships and stuff. So I'm very grateful that she's my mentor. They also do like for the first year before the pandemic, we were lucky enough to go to like conferences, and just be motivated to transfer to a 4 year to get a higher education. I had a great counselor. I always try to meet with her. She's like, she just knows what I want to do. She knows me personally. She knows my career path. So I was able to form that bond with her because she's from that learning community. And the professors as well, they're like very supportive, encouraging. They want what's best for their students. So I'd say that I was pretty lucky with all of my professors and everyone that I've been able to interact with while here at DVC. They've just given me that support and motivation that I need to transfer.
I love hearing like just how the professors and faculty are just very like supportive of students. Like I think it's very special. It's a special community that DVC has, like that support for students. So it's great to hear that.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. That was like one of my biggest fears, just in school in general. Like, oh my God, what if, my teachers are like, they're just there for a paycheck or whatever, and they just don't care about their students. And I'm like, what if this affects me? And I like start failing. But I was lucky enough that that wasn't the case, and they really do care for their students. And they're always trying to do whatever they can to help their students succeed.
Definitely, yeah. College alone is hard enough, and just trying to get an education and balance just life all together. So professors being nice is like an added thing that makes you want to go to school.
Yeah, and they've been pretty understanding with like the whole pandemic thing too. So they understand that there are situations going on right now. So you just need to have that communication with them, and they'll
Mhm.
they'll understand. They'll give you resources, support, whatever you need during that time. So
Mhm. Definitely. So my next question for you is, are there any particular moments at DVC that stood out to you that became like a core memory for you?
I don't know. I think I'd say is whenever I don't know. I'd say that there are a lot, mainly around surrounding the learning community that I was in because um, I don't know. I guess it's just this is kind of hard. But like whenever I can't say I have like a core memory, but I'd say like whenever the Puente learning community got together, we pretty much formed like a pretty fast bond with each other, I'd say. We became almost like family, I'd say. And we just all clicked with each other really well. And I guess that like that kind of amazed me. Like we're all coming from like different parts, different high schools, different cities, and we all just like clicked really well.
Mhm.
So whenever we've gone to like conferences, we feed off of each other's energy. We're like all hyped up about the conference or just the event that we're hosting. So I'd say just like the fact that I was able to click so well with so many people really amazed me because I'm not the type of person that's like super social. So I struggle a little bit with making like friendships and connecting with people. But the way that I was able to connect with all of these other students during this learning community, it just like really amazed me. I was like, wow, this is like cool, like interesting. This is just the fact that we're just different people in general, and we just all click really well. And we're able to form these memories and like bonds with each other. Um, so, and we were able to like meet outside, not just outside, not inside of the DVC campus, but we were also trying to plan activities outside of the DVC campus. And so it wasn't just like, oh, we're it's just acquaintances on campus, like we just know each other. It's like we're actually trying to form a bond, friendships, and because we're in this together and we've all kind of had similar experiences. So the fact that we were able to just share it with each other and form a bond just amazed me really.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people think that at community colleges, people are not really looking for friends. They're just get in, get out type of people. But yeah,
Mhm.
you can definitely make great friendships during like your 2 years or more if you're at DVC or any community college.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the biggest things is like one of the biggest how do I say it, like kind of focuses, I guess, is you meet these new people, but since they're also want to transfer, a lot of the times you can find a person that's transferring to the same school as you and you get to know them even better because now you know someone that's going to that school and you're not like exactly alone. You're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in it with them.
Good point. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Mhm,
So, I know that you are an undocumented student. So,
mhm.
what were the major challenges that you faced as a student? And were there any like resources or people that helped you?
Yeah, so there was actually like a couple of challenges for me. I think one of the biggest ones is the fact that it's not like the resources aren't exactly um, known, I guess. So
Mhm.
you kind of have to search really, really deep
Mm,
at DVC to find those resources, which is, I guess, one of the things that like kind of bothered me. Like, I guess we had a Dreamers conference I think it's annually, but at the different schools like Los Medanos or
mm,
CCC.
mhm.
And I never knew about that. So
Oh,
I don't know if it was because of the advertising or what it was, but I just didn't really know about that. So this year I was lucky enough to know about it and share my story at the Dreamers Conference, as well as get involved with an Undocu Support Hour, which is an hour where undocumented students can get together and learn about resources and just get that support.
Mhm.
And so that was something that's never been, I don't think it's ever been done before, or at least not that I've known of. So I guess it's just really hard to find resources that are like out there. You have to really dig deep and just try to get involved. Um, so it took me a while. Like this is my second year and I'm barely starting to like get um get information about these resources that I didn't even know existed. So I guess that's just one of the main challenges is when you come to community college, they're not really like in your face about things.
Mhm.
When some of these things they should be, like undocumented support resources. Um, so I guess it's just like, yeah, just the resources in general.
Mhm.
Um, mhm.
Got it. So, what advice would you give to like other students who are trying to look for these resources? Like, what would you advise them to do?
So I guess the first thing or one of the main things is just form a communication with like faculty or staff members because a lot of the times they have the resources that you need. And it's just like about forming that connection with them, that bond or not bond, but like just communicating with them. Because a lot of the times faculty or professors don't know your situation. Until you tell them about it. So unless you feel comfortable telling them about it, then they can't really give you that like support and resource that you need. And then another thing is also when you're in community college, a lot of professors are like people don't go after you, so it's kind of up to you to take on that responsibility to look for those resources and support.
Mhm.
So I'd say take it upon yourself and just research on how the school can help you and give you that support.
Definitely. Well, thank you for that. My very last question for you is what do you like to do outside of work and school?
Um, there are a lot of things that I like to do. Self-care is not one of them, apparently. Um, but I guess just reading is it like really helps me like get away from everything that's going on. And it just like kind of moves me to like a different world, get myself immersed in a good book. Um, yeah, just like just doing something that relaxes you is also another advice that I give. Just if something gets like too much or too overwhelming, like step away, go for a drive, go for a smoothie run, go to the park and just sit down. Because a lot of the times, like I myself get super overwhelmed to the point that like it's like bad for my mental health.
Mhm.
Um, so I just need to like step away from that, whatever is causing that stress on me, and just find something to relax myself with, which is something which is very important.
Mhm. I feel like that's really hard to do now since everyone's
Mhm.
inside, like doing school and work
Yeah.
at home. Like there's no place to like relax. So yeah, great piece of advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, those are all the questions that I have. Thank you so much, Alexandra, for your advice and just your perspective. And I hope that you are successful wherever you go on in life and that you choose the school that you want. And to the audience, I just thank you for staying and watching all these student interviews. We have amazing students at our colleges, and it's just great to see where they're going. So we'll see you at the next interview and have a great day.